Hey guys, Manuel here, founder of 2000books.com and milliondollarbookclub.com. And in this video, I will talk to you about the Roger Bannister effect. Roger Bannister in 1965 did something that changed the course of history. He did something that men had been trying to do for centuries and centuries and centuries, for millennia, and nobody was able to do that. And that was the fact that he broke the 4-minute mile. Men have been trying to run a mile under 4 minutes for centuries, for millenniums, and nobody has been able to do that. But Roger Bannister was able to run it under 4 minutes. He made history. Now, what happened after that is truly fascinating. After he broke the 4-minute barrier, within a year, even high school students were breaking the 4-minute mile. So what was going on here? What happened? Did human beings suddenly become that much stronger? Or was there something else at play? Well, there's quite a bit of nuance to this story. It didn't happen automatically where just because Roger Bannister started to run the 4-minute mile, now suddenly everyone else started to do it. There was one man who ran the 4-minute mile after Roger Bannister did it. He was the second person to do the 4-minute mile, and that was John Landy. Now, there was something very interesting about John Landy. He was not someone who was removed from Roger Bannister. He wasn't far away from Roger Bannister. He was actually Roger Bannister's training partner. He was there with him. He was actually his pace setter. He was there training with him all the time. So for John Landy, Roger Bannister was just another human being. He wasn't really someone superhuman, as if he didn't really think that if Roger Bannister can do it, I can't do it. No, for him, Roger Bannister was just as human. So he thought, hey, if Bannister can do it, so can I. And that is huge. The reason why John Landy was the first person to break the 4-minute barrier after Roger Bannister was because he had actually seen it happen. He had a mentor. He saw someone do what most people hadn't seen yet. So most people still couldn't believe it. Most people had heard about the stories. Most people had seen it on the newspaper or something like that, but they still thought Roger Bannister was somewhat superhuman, that Roger Bannister was special. But for Landy, Roger Bannister wasn't special. Roger Bannister wasn't unique at all. Roger Bannister was just another medical student. So he didn't really think of Roger Bannister as anything special. And so when he saw Bannister broke the 4-minute mile, he realized that he could do it too. And that's why within 45 days, he broke the 4-minute mile too. And after that, as more and more people saw Landy and Bannister do it, other people started doing it as well. So you have to realize the power of having someone, of watching someone do it it's really big. It's really big. If you know someone has done what you want to do, it is way, way, way easier to get it done if you associate with that person. And that's why Tony Robbins, when I went to Unleash the Power Within, his live seminar, one of the things he always taught me, and there's so many lessons I learned from that, but this one lesson always sticks with me. He said, if you want to compress decades into days, if you want to achieve what you think might take decades, and if you want to achieve that in days and months, you need to go find a mentor. You need to go find someone who has done what you want to do and then go work with them or go learn from them. It's the same thing that in Mastery, Robert Greene talks about the idea that one of the keys to mastery, one of the most important keys to mastery is finding a mentor, because a mentor has walked the path that you're trying to walk. They have made the mistakes that you should be avoiding. They can actually tell you what you should do and what you should avoid. They can tell you this is the right thing to do, this is the wrong thing to do. If you go down this path, this can actually end up wasting you years and years of time. While if you do this, this will actually get you there faster. You see, learning is very interesting. Learning is a two-way street. Learning requires feedback. And you get feedback from a mentor way faster than you get feedback from reading a book or maybe even thinking through a problem by yourself. So in order to master anything, we need mentors, we need coaches, we need someone who has walked the journey before us so that we can accelerate our journey in that field of endeavor. In fact, in Smart Cuts, the book Smart Cuts, Shane Snow talks about the idea that one of the fastest ways to accelerate progress in any field of endeavor is to go find a mentor, because the mentor will cut down your learning curve. They will show you how to walk the path. They will show you what mistakes they've made. They will give you real-time feedback. They have done it and they can tell you how to do it. It's all over. It's the Roger Bannister effect all over. So if you feel like you're struggling in any area of life, if you feel that you haven't been able to accomplish the goals that you're going after, go find the person who has accomplished what you're trying to accomplish. Go find that person and go work with them. That will change your life. What might have taken you decades to do, you will be able to do, you will be able to compress that into days because of the power of a mentor.